realized that a lot of relationships that I thought I was in were actually situationships.
Okay.
So that's what it did for me.
Every relationship is a situationship. वो fancy नाम दे दिया और
नहीं,
you don't know what it means.
Barun, you तो
इसको
let
नहीं
it be.
पता है you why don't you tell us?
हाँ, what is situation?
Even we are still confused. We actually get to hear from it and we are like ठीक है. आजकल लव बड़ा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड हो गया. कभी लगता है ये है आशिकी, पर कभी लगता है इस प्यार को क्या नाम दूं. कभी लगता है कि जो इंटरनेट वाला लव है वो भी चल जाएगा, पर कभी लगता है लॉल हंसी तो फंसी. एंड इन सब का कंफ्यूजन क्रिएट करता है बदतमीज दिल. So today we have the wonderful cast of Badtameez Dil with us. Welcome to India Forum.
Very nice introduction. I want to applaud you.
Full research you've done.
Yes. So start करने के लिए, if you had to write a bio, one-line bio for this show, Badtameez Dil, what would you all write for it?
Cold, lonely, messy.
Okay.
One line bio.
प्यार दोस्ती है.
Okay.
It took 9 winters.
It took?
9 winters.
ठंडी,
Okay.
अकेली.
अकेलापन
Okay.
और मेसी. मैं इनको ये पूछ रही थी कि मेसी को हिंदी में कैसे बोलूं.
Oh.
So basically what I said in English.
Yeah,
In
she
Hindi.
translated.
Copy.
Okay. Barun, coming to you, first of all, congratulations. You recently embraced fatherhood.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
So,
Thank you. Thanks so much.
so first of all, how are you feeling about that?
बहुत उदास हूँ मैं. मेरा जिंदगी बर्बाद हो गई मेरी. मतलब I feel like, मतलब how does I feel good. I feel good. He's a nice guy. Doesn't say much. He's too tiny right now. We're having a good time.
Right. So as we see about these different types of relationships coming these days, there are different labels put to it and everything. While as a family, when you grow in a family and everything, you'll have someday there'll be a time where you have to give advice to your child that be safe, do this, etc. So what will be your advice for your kids?
Yeah, we're too hardcore into parenting, me and my wife both. So because I have a daughter that's 4 years old now already. So I don't think advices work out. बच्चे वो नहीं सुनते जो आप उन्हें सुनाना चाहते हो. So बच्चे वो सुनते हैं जो वो सुनना चाहते हैं. And like us, how we grew up.
Right.
So just try say and do the right thing around them so that they'll learn good things.
Right. This one is for all the ladies here. There have been a stereotype always कि जब कोई relationship में there's a breakup or if any problem, it's the female one who goes with all the emotional baggage. She'll be the one who'll express more and everything. Like even in the trailer we saw you are breaking those things and you are shouting and screaming. So do you feel that it's actually true?
No, I don't think so. I think love is love and everyone feels a certain way. This is a very, very big discussion according to me where we can talk about how men are not allowed to express their feelings.
Right.
So that's got nothing to do with love. It's just that as a society we don't encourage boys, men to cry or to feel sad or to feel dejected. We don't allow them that. Whereas women, girls are allowed to be nurturers, to have feelings, to live with emotions and
Right.
So वो बात अलग है, but it's not true that men or boys don't express. They do express. Maybe they just become artists.
Yeah. And we are still living with this stereotype, like still it continues.
I mean, I feel like I think things are a lot different. They are not that stereotypical anymore because we live in a world where now people are calling themselves by various pronouns.
Yeah.
तो अब ऐसा नहीं है and the ease with which you and I or we can have this conversation is it
Testimony
proves,
for the fact.
Yeah, it is testimony to the fact that things are changing. In fact, they've changed. It's just that we should keep having these normal conversations so that it keeps changing.
Right.
तो ये आपका सवाल बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है क्योंकि मैंने अपने एक मेल फ्रेंड से पूछा था दिस एग्जैक्ट सेम थिंग.
Okay.
And maybe all the guys can think and say whether it's true or not. He said कि सब सोचते हैं कि लड़कियां ज़्यादा उदास होती हैं, उनका दिल ज़्यादा टूटता है. He said no. जब ब्रेकअप होता है तो लड़का पार्टी कर रहा है, इधर जा रहा है, उधर जा रहा है, मज़े लूट रहा है, तो ऐसे लग रहा है कि he is happy. और लड़की और उदास हो रही है और देख रही है कि he has forgotten me, इसको कुछ फ़र्क ही नहीं पड़ रहा, तो वो उदास और उदास होती है. तो वो जल्द से अपना जो उसका टूटा हुआ दिल है वो जल्द से उसको उसकी मरम्मत करके उसको ठीक करती है। लेकिन मेरे दोस्त ने कहा कि फॉर अ गाय उसे 3-4 महीने के बाद एहसास होता है
Okay.
कि मेरा ब्रेकअप हुआ है, अकेला पड़ जाता है वो, और फिर वो 6-8 महीने तक वो ज़्यादा उदास रहता है।
Right.
तो मैंने बोला रियली इज दिस ट्रू, आई डोंट नो अबाउट दिस, बट इट वॉज अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग थॉट। अगर आपने अपने लाइफ में देखा होगा, आप लड़कों को पूछो,
Right.
आस्क देम इज दिस ट्रू।
Mallika, what?
सब्जेक्टिव है ना कि रिलेशनशिप कैसा था, कितना लंबा था, किसने ख़त्म किया, कौन मतलब कहाँ गया, हु मूव्ड ऑन फास्टर एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट। बट आई हैव नोटिस दैट ऐसा नहीं है कि किसी एक को दर्द ज़्यादा होता है एज अ जेंडर वर्सेस द
Right,
अदर,
yeah. Every
ऐसा
human
नहीं
being is
है।
different.
या लाइक आई थिंक मे बी you've been conditioned to process heartbreak a certain way because of your gender maybe,
Yeah.
which is also now being challenged, right? Like we know that guys को बोलेंगे दोस्त की move on यार, let's go meet some more people.
चल
और if
यार
your
पार्टी
ego-
करने चलते हैं
हाँ,
यार, ये
ego
क्या उदास
hurt है
बैठा
तो
है घर
ये-
पे, चल चल चल।
करेक्ट। तो एंड गर्ल्स का अपना कुछ होगा एंड वो सब है, वो भी है, बट आई डोंट बिलीव दैट योर जेंडर डिसाइड्स हाउ यू एक इन लव, लाइक
Right.
Yeah.
So in today's times, this word or concept, situationship,
Yeah.
it's trending like all over, and people are talking about it. So, what was all of your first reaction when you actually got to know that something like this prevails?
I mean, I realized that a lot of relationships that I thought I was in were actually situationships.
Okay.
So that's what it did for me.
Every relationship is a situationship. वो fancy नाम दे दिया और
Right.
impressing
नहीं,
everyone.
you don't know what it means.
Barun, you तो
What is-
let
इसको
it
नहीं
be
पता
only.
ये
What is situationship?
situationship means we're not in a relationship.
But हम
Correct me
करेंगे
if I'm
सारी वो
wrong.
हरकतें
We'll do
relationship
everything,
वाली।
but no responsibility, no like there's no
No commitment.
And
no
can you
commitment.
see other people?
So it's different than
One
this thing.
person
This is a
thinks
term
they
given.
Monogamous situationship.
So then it's like
is my
dating
relationship.
multiple people. Isn't it dating
It's
multiple
not.
people?
It's really messed up.
It's you. Why don't you tell us?
What is situation?
How old are you?
Actually, 24.
Just tell us.
You must
Then
tell
you
us.
explaining to
Please
us
tell
then.
us.
Even we are still confused. We actually get to hear from it, and we are like, ठीक है, हमें इतना पता है कि it's commitment phobia, ये है वो है, but everyone
Yeah,
is
it's
putting their own
जैसा है वैसा
definition.
चलने दो.
But there's no
Yeah.
commitment.
No, I'll tell you what it is.
हाँ,
It's
तो
like
correct
Tomorrow I
है.
can date somebody else.
But that's
all
what
It's an open relationship.
it's what people
It's again,
do.
it's
It's
that
dating
को क्या नाम
multiple
दो?
people.
Open relationship basically.
it's all the mind fudge of a relationship without the commitment of
Yes.
one.
कौन बात करता है ऐसे लेकिन?
आजकल की generation.
Social media.
Let's get into situationship.
You are a privileged lot. You must
No, but
understand.
I mean, I became single after my marriage, and I saw what was happening, and I
Yeah.
seriously, I won't use the term that I got depressed, but I was like, what is wrong with the world?
Actually.
What has happened? Like for 7 years, I was married, and I came out of it, and ye kya ho raha hai? You know, so it definitely. I know what you're saying because I saw that difference.
Yes.
And how easily people just talk frothy stuff.
Yeah.
They talk big. And they say this is how I feel and nonsense, every kind of nonsense, but commit nahi karna hai. And more than commitment to the other person, you don't commit to yourself.
Right.
You're just like roaming around, and it's okay. I think it'll pass, but
Yeah.
I think we should not give it a label. We should not call it situationship because then you solidify something.
Yeah, you
So let's just
legitimize
call it a passing phase, and I hope that a lot of people get over
This,
it.
that.
It should be called disrespect.
Okay. Talking about the show, there are many shows coming on this modern love concepts where like what is happening.
Which ones?
When we talk about these
Asur.
things,
Modern.
modern love, different kind of love. So what is in Badtameez Dil, which makes it different or gives us something new perspective to the audience?
I think the whole that idea that you were talking about, or there's a lot of modern love shows coming out. I don't think so. I
so
think
too, yeah.
there's the dearth of there's no light-hearted shows for that matter. There's a lot of intense stuff happening. I think that is actually the reason I wanted to do this.
Right.
It's just missing from the whole scene. There's no light-hearted stuff happening. I think that's the USP of our show.
And also, I think we've spoken about this earlier. There's a lot of realism. It's very realistic. Even though it talks about love, and from the promo, it feels like a rom-com, which is typically one. But actually, it's very realistic. It's very today,
Yeah,
and
it's a lot more
it's
things
very
than rom-com.
relevant.
Right.
Yeah, it's a lot more than rom. It's very messed up. That's why it was earlier called a cold mess. And
Okay. And in last, one advice or whatever for all the people out there who are going to watch your show.
Advice? Advice?
I think if I could say one thing to all the people watching our show would be that I think, you know, like, not advice, but I would say
Message.
Yeah, message would be that come in and you know, see love for what love is, and it's like I said, it's cold, lonely, and messy. It can be terrible, but that doesn't mean that you keep leaving the person or you leave the space and walk away and find someone else. So especially to this generation, I would say that you know, come watch our show and maybe you'll get some ideas about, oh, love is for keeps. Interesting.
Advice ही दे देता हूँ मैं तो क्या कहते हैं get a box of tissues and popcorn because it's a binge because it's a binge kind of a show. It's going to be a while, so get something good to eat for popcorn, and it is a little emotional.
Or pizza.
It's a little emotional, so yeah, get a box of tissue papers.
Okay.
Also, you could do a date night also with this. It's
Yeah.
a great show for a date night. Great. Like you could actually at the end of the show propose to somebody, you know, just you start off as friends and then the end, when you've had all those emotions running, you say, you know, actually I really like
चल हम भी कर ही लेते
हम
हैं.
नहीं करते यार, come on, बदतमीज दिल की बात सुन लेते हैं.
It's about different kinds of love. So if you say don't have romantic love in your life, you'll still relate to it.
Yeah.
It's got dosti wala love, sibling wala love, parents wala love. Like love that way is so beautiful, right? We share various kinds of it. So I think this show has mostly all of it except for the obsessive murder kind. That is in another show.
Yes, Manisha.
I would like to say just come watch the show. Just come and watch it. It drops on the 9th of June on Mini TV, which is free.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
man.
thank you, thank you so much. Thank you.